Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch Remastered on Steam. It blasts our ears with music, man. You can change the sound settings, but not in the title screen, only in the game. So just like brrr when you first start. It's like Rush, San Francisco Rush 2049. So it's just like rush. For anybody that remembers that game. I mean, that series is dead. I kind of wish that series came back. Oh, this thing and its video, it's so annoying. I don't know, there's not much I can do about it. I mean, it's going to do its thing. The only other thing I can really do is play this on a different platform, but then I don't get all of the same... I don't get all the same graphic effects. So on PlayStation 4 you can get the remastered version too, but it doesn't run at the full resolution. Ooh, there you are, dearie. You'll be happy to hear your clothes are ready. Tidy. Best try them on, eh, Ollie boy? Sure. I'll just pop and get them for you, dear. Wait there. I shan't be a moment. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. It's a little goofy. I mean, a cape? Don't be silly, dear. It hoots you down to the ground. Thank you very much, ma'am. How much do we owe you? Ooh, for those old things? Don't be silly, dear. You'll be doing me a huge favor just by taking them off my hands. Really? You're sure? Ooh, I can't remember the last time I did any sewing. It was an absolute hoot, dear. Think nothing of it. All I ask is that you pop back and buy a little something from time to time. You'll do that for me, won't you, dear? Of course we will. Thanks, missus. We're lucky, Ollie boy. Looks like we owe this place another visit or three. We sure do. Traveler's clothes. And now you've got some dapper duds, we can head up to the palace tidy. Time to go meet the king, huh? I'm kind of nervous. You'll be nervous until you see the king. Way back. Oh, it just really does not like the video. It's interesting. I'm running an RTX 2080. And I have all the right drivers. I've kind of followed a lot of the advice that I've seen online about this same sort of issue. But yeah, nothing works. This game's just screwy. Welcome to Ding Dong Dell. This is the road that leads to the Royal Palace. You're travelers, I take it. You must be in those clothes. Yes, we've come to see the king. Ah, you're after an audience with King Tom, are you? Well, I'll be more than happy to let you through. But I'm afraid that's just not possible at the moment. Huh? But why? One of the king's hapless aides has allowed his Meowjesty's beloved pet fish to escape into the palace moat. That red herring is the king's pride and joy, and a highly endangered species to boot. I doubt his Meowjesty would be able to replace this one if he were to lose it. What that aide of his was thinking, I don't know. Anyway, to cut a long story short, everyone in the castle is busy looking for the king's red herring at the moment. I'd advise you come back another day. Alright. What are we gonna do, Mr. Trippy? The palace moat, is it? Well, if I'm not mistaken, that moat's connected to some of the rivers that run through town. You think it could have swum all the way to town? I reckon it's possible, yeah. Why don't we have a look in a few ponds and that, just in case? Can't do any harm, can it? It sure can't. Gee, I hope we find that red herring, Mr. Dippy. Me too, Ollie boy. Right then, let's go fishing. God, I mean, the game is still so damn loud. I love the music, but boy, it's like so overpowering. No, it's still not quite pretty enough. Doing a bit of decorating, is it? Well, I will say you can't beat a flower too. Brighten things up to no end, they do. How clever of you. I was just thinking about using some flowers. I'm trying to make my door prettier, you see. You are? What kind of flowers are you thinking of using? Well, I want to see something nice and bright. All I need is some fresh, clean water to give them to. I know. You can help me. Can you spare the time, pretty please? Yeah, sure. Oh, thank you. You're a perfect gentleman. Now I'll need you to bring me 2 plainswood flowers and 2 bottles of spring water. All right? Yes, ma'am. But where can we find them? Neither can be purchased from shops. You'll have to go and look for them out among the rolling hills. Oh, don't worry. They positively twinkle. I dare say you've seen twinkling spots on the ground outside town, haven't you? Well, be sure to investigate them when you stumble upon one. You'll find all manner of precious things. Now one more thing. Once you forage from a particular spot, it won't twinkle as it did before. But never fear, both its produce and its twinkle will return in time. Got it. Thank you, ma'am. We'll head out of town and keep our eyes peeled for some of these, twinklies. Tidy. Let's go foraging then, shall we? Thank you very much. You're a pair of perfect gentlemen. What a glorious day. I wish I could take a minute just to lie on the grass. King Tom used to come and play with me and my friends all the time, but he hasn't come out of his castle for ages now. It's really boring without him. Taking somebody's stash of bread. Such a little snot. Look, Ollie boy, see that red herring over there? I reckon I found our fishy friend. You better go and... You better go take a closer look, though, just to make sure, ain't it? Me? Why do I have to go over there? Well, who else is going to do it? Freddy the Fish Inspector? Come on, just hop on them rickety bits of wood. You'll be fine. All right. I guess I'll try. Nicholas, he got away. Sorry. He's a lively one, all right. I think he went off towards the palace, Ollie boy. After him. Oh, I hate Windows sometimes. I do wish SteamOS would have managed to catch on, but you know, piss poor support. Kind of hard for launch a platform without support. So, this is the king's favorite fish, huh? Tidy. That's a red herring if I ever saw one. Now we can get ourselves an audience with the king. Let's head back and see the palace guard, shall we? We'll have like a jug of water to keep it in? Okay. We're just going to assume that that's going to live for all the time that we're going to walk over to the palace. Then again, this is a fantasy world, so, you know, I think the normal rules don't apply in this world. You again? I'm afraid we still haven't located King Tom's pet. This one, you mean? We came to deliver the king's fish back to him, sir. Is that? Goodness, I'd know the regal scarlet tones of the king's beloved red herring anywhere. Well, I'll be. I reckon he must have swum out through the sewers into the town, like. Is that so? I must let the other guys know right away. Ah, if I remember rightly, you were... That's right, we need to see the king. Yes, of course, but with him in his current state. What's that? Is something up there? Ah, you could say that. Did I mention that the person charged with caring for the king's red herring just let it escape? Everyone in the palace has grown terribly lax of late, so lax that we need to enlist the help of passing travelers, as you know only too well. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but the king himself has been indolence personified, and it seems to be rubbing off on his subjects. Indolence? Is that like laziness? I'm afraid so. Well, perhaps being reunited with his beloved red herring will give him the boost he needs. In you go. Tidy. We're off to see the king. Come on, Ollie boy.
お前たちかミーの大切なものとそれで褒美は何がいいのだ
言うてまえて
遠慮はいらぬ何なりと申してみよう
それは
はよ申せ
国王様の持つ魔法の杖です
ほほう魔法の杖となお前は一体この匂いもしや
お察しの通りこの者は一の国の者私にかけられていた魔法を解き放つ力を持っておりました
なんとあのお方の魔法を解いたというのかこの少年が
はい
妖精よ分かっておるのか
余計なこと
あのお方に背けばただでは済まぬぞ
分かっておりますしかし
しかしなんだ
この者ならあるいは
ミーには関係ない杖はやらもう下がるがよい
雫杖はもらえないの
のようやな
杖はどうなるの
様子が変やと思ったけどどうやら国王は抜け殻人のようやな
国王様が
失った心はやる気や国王がやる気の心を失ったせいでこの国全体が抜け殻人になってしまってるようや
じゃあ探しに行こう心の
お お前の方のやる気は問題ないの。
The guard outside of town was short on enthusiasm too, huh? Indeed he was, Ollie boy. Like you said, I reckon the king's broken-heartedness is dragging everyone else down with him. But the other guards gave us one of his enthusiasm to help his friend. We should go and ask him for some more. No, man. Don't go doing that. That's a very important rule about borrowing pieces of people's hearts. There is? What is it? Well, you can't go taking the same piece of heart from the same person twice, see? One little scoop off the top is all it's safe to borrow. Gee, I didn't know that. I'll be sure to be real careful from now on. So what do we do now, Mr. Trippy? We trawl the town for someone else with get up and go aplenty, ain't it? It's a sleepy old place, but there's bound to be someone somewhere. The only problem is where. Ding Dong Dale is not exactly village side after all. You might even say it's proper massive. I guess it kind of is, huh? In something of a quandary, are we? Flipping heck. Hi, Mr. Tellingstone. You seem perplexed, my young friends. I thought you might benefit from a dose of my expansive knowledge. Thanks, that's real nice of you. You see, you need to borrow a piece of somebody's heart, but we don't know how to find one. Elementary, my dear Oliver. It's times like these you just look to your locket. How do you mean? Well, not only can it carry pieces of heart, the locket is also extremely sensitive to their proximity. It will glow when they are nearby. Tidy. We can use it to track down some enthusiasm then, eh? Allow me to tell you a little more about that locket of yours. You will see that it has a habit of glowing brightly from time to time. This is how it reacts to the presence of those who possess one of the heart's virtues in abundance. Incidentally, those with pieces of heart to spare will also glow a verdant green on the minimap in the top right of your screen. Neato! It will not serve to tell you which of the virtues the subject has in excess, but it will still provide exceedingly useful to you nonetheless. I just know it will. Now, sally forth and seek ye your pieces of heart, young adventurer. Thank you so much, Mr. Tellingstone, sir. And if you ever find yourself in need of knowledge again, you may consider me wholly at your service. Farewell for now, friends. Righto, Ollie boy. Let's have a look around for someone with a drop of enthusiasm to spare, then, shall we? If your locker glows all of a sudden, we know we're on the right track. Got it. Let's go, Mr. Trippy. The tug-of-tail tourney is starting soon. I've got to start practicing. People say they heard voices coming from that big gravestone thing, but I don't believe them. There's no such thing as ghosts, is there? Oh, there are such things as ghosts, my friend. And much worse. Folks around here tell their children that the king of mice lives down Ding Dong Well. It's only a story, but the thought alone is enough to send a shiver down my spine. Oh no, I've left the washing out. Which pot did I put it in again? Is everything okay? Well, my precious treasure, you see. I can't remember which pot I hid it in. Gee, that's tough. What sort of treasure is it? My grandmother's red earring. It's such a pretty color. You couldn't lend me a paw and help me look for it, could you? Yeah, sure. You will? Perfect. It's in one of these pots you see around town. Inside one of the pots, huh? Leave it to me. You're a perfect gentleman. The shop that looks like an owl is called the Boutique. I wonder why they chose that name. Yes, I wonder why. Have you visited the grave of the sage? It's off to the east of the palace entrance. Goodness me. Wherever have those little rascals run off to now? Is something the matter, ma'am? It's my boys. The three of them are forever running off and not coming back. I know they're just playing, but I can't help thinking they'll hurt themselves. You worry about them a lot, huh? Yes, I do. And today they're even later than ever, and I'm besides myself. Ah, a mother's life is never easy, no matter where you go, eh? You don't have to spare a moment, do you? Could you find my boys for me? Yeah, sure. I'm sorry to put you to so much trouble, but if you could let me know when you found them, I'd be ever so grateful. I don't know what they look like or anything, but sure, I'll agree to help you find them. Hello there, young man. Can I tempt you with a fresh piece of fruit? Hey, have you changed your clothes? Why'd you go and do that? I really liked your old look. Have you visited the grave of the city? Oh, it's the same person. Nobody seems to have any energy these days. I just don't feel like I got any energy to do anything. Well, young man, what do you think of Ding Dong Dell? Plenty of greenery, isn't there? It's just a shame that everyone's become so idle of late. I wonder what's happening to them all. I don't know, maybe they discovered dim sum. I think it puts you right to sleep. What a glorious day. I wish I could take a minute to just lie on the... Yeah. Lie on the grass, you lazy bastard. Look, Mr. Drippy, the locket. It's glowing. Tidy. Then there's something around here with a piece of heart to spare, ain't it? Oh yeah, you look enthusiastic. And the only person around here is him. And look at him, man. He can barely stand still. He's so eager. Jackpot. You mean you think he has some enthusiasm to spare? That I do, my lad. I'd bet my lantern on it. Let's go and get it, shall we? How do, saucepan head? I don't suppose you fancy doing us a favor, do you? Hey, stop distracting me. I'm busy. Busy? What are you busy doing exactly? Protecting the town from the mice, of course. Mice? Oh yeah, I remember hearing about the mice who lived in Ding Dong Dell. Those mice are a menace. They're always running around, getting up to no good. But the grown-ups are too lazy to do anything about it. Most of them hardly notice when the mice steal things, and the ones that do don't seem to care. Well, Tommy Stout is not going to stand for it. I know the mice have all lived down in the well, so I'm standing guard here. Any mouse that comes this way is in for a battering. Well, we were right about this one. He's bursting with enthusiasm. Over to you, Ollie boy. I wish they would fix the video problem. What are you talking about? Well, King Tom seems to be really short on enthusiasm right now. And that's where you come in, Tommy boy. You've got loads of the stuff. If we gave some of it to King Tom, the whole town would sort itself out. Quick shop. Yeah, so we were wondering if you could share some of your enthusiasm with us. Of course, I'll do anything to help the king. Thanks, Tommy. Wow, that was strange. Well, now I know what magic feels like. Strange? What do you mean? Non-wizarding types ain't used to spells, see, Ollie boy? They don't know what to make of them half the time. So does this mean King Tom's going to be alright now, Oliver? Yes, once the king comes back to normal, everyone else should start feeling better too. That's right, Bun. Your enthusiasm is going to put in spring in everyone's step, ain't it? That's great to hear. Till then, though, I better stay here and keep an eye out for mice. Alright, see you later, Tommy. It comes in waves too. It's like I'll lose, or the signal will get cut off, and then it'll get cut off like in the next couple seconds, and then it'll run fine for 2 or 3 minutes. Sometimes longer, you know. You again? One is becoming rather tired of these constant interruptions. Sorry, Your Majesty. It's just we have something for you. Yeah, we picked it out especially for you, Catface. It'll get rid of that tiredness of yours in no time. Give you a new lease on life. It will. Strong teeth, glossy fur. I'm not sure that's... that sounds just the ticket. This accursed fatigue will be the death of one. Dealing with all these visitors has taken its toll. Not to worry, Your Majesty. A little bit of enthusiasm's all you need, ain't it?
おそらく。
おミーは何をしていたのだ？
国王様、もしや元の国王様にお戻りに。
いや、何のことだ？ミーは元よりやる気満々だぞ。しかし何か変わったような気が。
あなたたちのおかげなのか。何かお礼をしなくてはなりませんな。国王様、どうやらこの者たちが国王様にかかった呪いを解いてくれたようです。
にゃんと本当かそれは。
はい、国王様は何をやるにもすぐにやる気を失ってしまうという呪いにかかっておられました。
そうか、そうだったのか。いや確かに自分のようで自分でない気がしていた。助かったぞお前たち。
What would you claim as your pride? Tidy. You know what to ask for, ain't it, Ollie boy? Oh, sure. We need a magic wand, Your Majesty. Is that so? Strangely, one feels as if one has had this conversation before. Now one thinks of it, there is a wand. One prized very highly as a kitten hidden away safely in one's bedchamber. There is, eh? And one would be willing to part with it, but one will have to find it first. Return later on, and one shall present it to you. Jeepers, thank you very much, Your Majesty. So, boy, if you're in search of a wand, can one take it that you are perhaps a wizard? Indeed he is, Your Majesty. It's a shiny new apprentice wizard, who doesn't exactly know much magic yet. Is that so? Then let one provide you with a spell or two. One's wand will be of little use without spells to cast, after all. Really, Your Majesty? That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. See the spring lock. Rejuvenate. You must enjoy the spells that inspired one so much in one's younger days. One that unlocks things and one that restores things to their former glory, eh? What did you used to get up to with these, Your Majesty? None of your business, Fairy. Now, boy, you traveled with a familiar. Did you not? Or did you not? One has sent word to the Quartermaster store down in town that you are to be given permission to shop there. The Quartermaster store? What kind of place is that, Your Majesty? Are you sure that you're an adventurer? One cannot help but fear for the safety of such an innocent. No matter. The Quartermaster store provides weapons and equipment for the use of familiars. Why not go and browse the products on offer while one seeks out one's wand, We sure will, Your Majesty. Thank you very much. Now, one has plenty to attend to. Come and present yourselves one again in a short time. Oh boy, it's going to take me forever to read the way everybody is written. I mean, I don't normally hear people talk like they do in this game, so it's sort of hard to think ahead and try to read ahead. I think that's what makes this game so difficult. Because the trick about reading isn't necessarily reading the words on the screen, but reading ahead and knowing what to say ahead of time. You know, because certain phrases sound best together. Which is why you often hear me correct myself when I'm about to say something. It's really because I'm expecting a word to be there, which is commonly there, that sounds good, but then the writer may decide to not use that word. You know, even though it would be a common phrase or a sentence. At least that's how my brain works. Ka, it's you. His Majesty just informed me that you would be coming. He instructed me to sell you whatever you require, and I'm more than happy to cooperate. So, you have a look around. I'm sure you'll find something here with which to equip your familiars. Equip my familiars? How do you mean, sir? Ah, it seems an explanation is in order. Very well then, here crows nothing. To ensure your familiars don't get caught short, you can give them a boost by equipping them with certain items. I don't want to crow, but you'll find plenty of items in your familiars to equip among my wares. There are 3 types: weapons, armor, and accessories. Just remember that the items a familiar can equip vary according to its genus. It's not complicated, so don't get into a flap. The best way to learn is just to try equipping your familiars. Don't feel left out, will you? Humans can, of course, equip items too. Select friends and familiars and press A to change the items you have equipped. Oh, excuse me. Ah, why not buy a nice matching set of items for you and your familiars? Birds of a feather stick together, after all. Gee, okay. As soon as I have some money, I'll start buying some accessories and stuff. Sounds like this old bird has done a proper sales number on you, little boy. Just remember that accessories aren't the only things you can equip. Wizards like you can use all sorts of wands as well. Flipping heck, man. Speaking of wands, we need to go and get your new wand off King Tom, ain't it? Clean forgotten I had. Yeah, I guess he's probably found it by now. I reckon so, Ollie boy. Come on, let's head to the palace. Yeah, what are you crying about? Ah, it hurts. Oh, look, poor Dab's gone and hurt himself. Must have been one of the lady's lost boys. We better patch him up, eh? Jeepers, that looks painful. But what can we do, Mr. Drippy? We don't have a first aid kit. Crikey, Ollie boy, brain like a flippin' sieve you got. You're a wizard, ain't it? Use some flippin' magic. Oh, sure. What do which spell do I use, Mr. Drippy? Crying out loud, man. I'm only telling you this one right. I want to tell you this once, right? Healing touch, man. Got it? Healing flipping touch. You said it twice. Oh, it hurts. Okay, here goes. Going to fix you up, okay? Doesn't hurt anymore. Hooray, I'm all better. Listen, Sunshine. Your poor mother's worried sick about you, right? Get on home with you. I will. I promise. Thank you for making me better. You're a wizard. That's amazing. Okay, sure. Yeah, amazing. Wonderful. Thanks. Oh, do I have money? I know, the opening town is a lot of running back and forth. It's well worth playing, though. mean, I don't necessarily know if I like the Pokemon aspect of the game. It is where I actually do like the sequel a bit better in terms of the, you know, the battle system. But I think this game is more charming. Although I like the main character of Part 2 more. Oh, Oh, it's you. Thank goodness. You had to help us. Something terrible has happened. Flipping heck, Mon. Don't tell me old King Tom's gone and got his heart broken again. No, his Majesty's heart is in good working order, as far as I know. As far as you know. After you restored his Majesty's missing enthusiasm, he was determined to find his old wand, so that he could give it to you by way of a reward. So determined, in fact, he said he would go and look for it himself. Well, that's good, ain't it? What's all the fuss about? His Majesty has disappeared. Eh? The gatekeepers swear he hasn't left Ding Dong Dell, and yet he's nowhere to be found. I smell a rat by here, Ollie boy. Well, I suppose there's only one thing for it, eh? What's that, Mr. Drippy? A spot of investigation, ain't it? Right-ho, Helmet Face. You and your mates, keep an eye on the castle. We're going to look for clues. Oh, yes, understood. But where do we look, Mr. Drippy? Don't worry, Ollie boy. You know the place. You know it very well, in fact. Come on, I'll tell you more when we're outside. Okay. Where are we going, Mr. Drippy? And what's this about somewhere I know real well? Where do you think, Clever to Clogs? Motorville, ain't it? Motorville? But what does Motorville have to do with finding the king? Well, the answer ain't always going to be over by here, Ollie boy. Huh? What does that mean? You've got to remember the whole soulmate thing, ain't it? What we see here in this world ain't always the whole picture. Soulmates, okay. Think about it, Ollie boy. Why are you here in our world, eh? To save my mom? Exactly. And your mom is the great sage Alicia's soulmate, right? And we're trying to free Alicia from the soul snare over by here so we can help your mom back over there, ain't it? Well, that's what you told me, Mr. Drippy. And I wasn't fibbing, so people in your world and my world are connected. Not just Alicia's and your mom. All people. They are? So... Exactly. There's clever of you. There's something over in your world who's connected to King Tom over here. And when someone in our world is in a potch, you can sometimes find out how to help them from their soulmate over in your world. Because they're connected, see? Obvious when you think about it, ain't it? So somebody in my world is King Tom's soulmate, huh? That's right, but maybe not a person, and maybe not in such a lofty position as our friend the Cat King. Huh? Well, Shopkeeper's Cap and Ding Dong Dell aren't exactly similar status-wise, is it? Shopkeeper's Cat? I don't think I, Flip heck, Mon, it's like pulling teeth! Okay, so soulmates can look and even act the same, right? We've covered that already. So, when you first saw King Tom, you instantly thought to yourself, hello, he's the spitting image of Timmy the cat, is he is? I did? Oh, so you mean that King Tom is... King Tom and Timmy Toldrum are... But Miss Layla's cat... There's clever of you. Better late than never. But Timmy's cat's just cat. Exactly. Just like our pal King Tom. What's so strange about that? Crikey, you're not very perceptive for a youngster, are you? If two people are soulmates, there'll be similarities somewhere. You've just got to keep an open mind and a peeled eye. Spot the similarities and you'll find the soulmate. Gee, I never knew. So, Timmy, huh? Timmy indeed, my lad. If we can find that fat old furball, we might get a clue as to where King Tom's got himself to. So, magic us up a gateway and we'll get over to your world, shall we? You remember how, don't you? Sure do. Let's go see how everybody back in Motorville is doing. Oh, Oliver, seeing you, I just don't know what to say, dear. It's fine, Miss Layla. I'm okay now. You are? Well, I'm pleased to hear that, honey. But if there's anything I can do, just let me know, won't you? Actually, there's something you can do for me right now, Miss Layla. Can you tell me where Timmy is? Is he here in the store? Well, now that you mention it, I don't think I've seen him. Timmy? Timmy? Where's my Timmy Toldrum? He must have run off somewhere, the little rascal. He's probably gone exploring, huh? Oi, Ollie boy. Doesn't this situation remind you of anything? It sure does. It's just like what happened with King Tom. Bingo. We've got ourselves a missing cat king in one world and a missing fat cat in another. And I reckon the reason will be the same, too. Track down Timmy, and you're sure to find the vital clue that will help solve the mystery. There's sharp of you. And this here's your patch, ain't it? You know it like the back of your hand. Uh-huh. I'll solve the case of the missing cat in no time. I'm awfully sorry to hear it. I'm awfully sorry I couldn't help you, dearie. But you did help. Thanks, Miss Layla. I did. Well, alright then. Goodbye now, dear. Goodbye, Miss Layla. Righto, Ollie boy. Let's start out where you know best, shall we? Round by your house, I mean. Sure, let's go. Oh boy, if there's one thing I have to complain about in this game, and I don't have many complaints, it is people drone on. I mean, people talk and talk and talk and talk and talk in this game when they absolutely positively don't need to. I do wish the conversation was a bit more succinct. I mean, oftentimes I complain that, you know, conversations are too sparse, but in this game, like, man, you know, when I say that, you know, Drippy is more annoying than Navi from Ocarina of Time. I mean, he is like 100 times more annoying than Navi. I don't know if he's more annoying than well, I wasn't named Navi, but from the Skyward Sword. May not be more annoying than that. Oliver. I'm sorry, Oliver. It's you. We haven't looked at your house yet, have we, Ollie boy? I'll run over there and check now. Back in a bit. Sure, Mr. Drippy. I'm sorry, Oliver. I'm sorry you're all alone. Huh? Your mommy. You know about that? When Mom died, I thought she'd be gone forever. I thought I'd be all alone. But now I can help her. I just need to finish what I started. Oh, I want to ask you. The wand, the one I found. Did you leave it for me? Without it, I would never have gone to the other world. Maybe you don't even know what I'm talking about, but if it hadn't been for that wand, I'd still be all alone. Really? Really, really? Really, really? Hooray! I hope you can save your mommy, Oliver. Thanks. But who are you? How do you know my name? I'm P. I've always known you, Oliver. Always? So your name is P, huh? Yes, I'm P. Oh, hey P. Have you seen a big old cat? His name is Timmy Toldrum. He has stripes all over and he's kind of fat. Mr. Kitty? I know Mr. Kitty. Mr. Kitty? I'll take you to Mr. Kitty, Oliver. Follow me. Huh, she must mean Timmy, all right. Oi, Ollie boy. No sign of that. No sign of old Fatty in the mog in the house, I'm afraid. What are you doing standing around here by your own, anyway? I might just know where to find Timmy, Mr. Drippy. You what? How? Where, hmm? Please, P, can you show us? Eh? What's all this then? Are you all right, Ollie boy? Is this where Timmy is, P? Shh. Huh? Listen, what's that? Squeak, squeak. A mouse? Eh? Is there something through there? Is there? Timmy? Boy, Timmy boy, pull yourself together, man. Looks like we gotta take him back to Layla, ain't it, Holly boy? You're right. Thanks so much for showing us, P. Huh? But she was... Where did she go? What are you standing around for, lazy bones? Get a flip and move on. Miss Layla, it's Timmy. He's... Oh, goodness. My Timmy Toldrum, whatever happened to you? Oh, thank you, dearie. You brought him all the way back home to Mommy. Wasn't he heavy? Oh, no, not really. Is he okay? Oh, don't worry about Timmy, Oliver. It's nothing serious. He's just a little tired, aren't you, Timmy, dear? It doesn't take much to tire out a old big boy like you, does it, Snookums? Is that all? I was worried flippin' sick about him. But what was Timmy doing all the way down at the garage? Well, dearie, one of my customers told me all about it. She said that Rusty's garage is just crawling with mice. And that my dear old Timmy Toldrum just loves to chase the little devils. Timmy loves to chase mice? But he's so fat. Thank you so much, Oliver, dear. Now that I know where he's disappeared to, I can stop worrying about him. He was just getting a little exercise, weren't you, my Timmy Toldrum? I guess I could learn a thing or two from you, huh? Too flippin' right you could. Okay, Miss Layla, I have to go now. It was nice seeing you. And you, dearie. Just let me know if there's ever anything you need now, won't you? Tidy. You worked it out too, I expect, ain't it, Ollie? I don't think so, Mr. Drippy. Come on, man. Timmy disappeared because he ran off chasing a mouse, didn't he? So the mouse is the clue, ain't it? Is it? King Tom's disappearance has to do with mice too? Got it in one. Exactly what it has to do with mice is a whole other question, though. But I'm sure I've heard something saying something about mice over in our world. We should go back to Ding Dong Dell and investigate. I just know we'll find something. Righto, Ding Dong Dell it is. I mean, look at that conversation. That conversation mentioned Ding Dong Dell and mice probably more than it really needed to. Like, you would have to be an extremely, extremely thick person to not get the correlation. But again, you know, they make these games for kind of all audiences, so you know, for people who like games and people who don't like games and people who are just getting into games and people who aren't necessarily, you know, good at gathering clues, and have to kind of accommodate for all of that. And I get it. That's why you have to make characters a little bit chatty and maybe have them, you know, be Mr. Explain-a-thon or Mr. Tell me all the facts. But it can get awful tiring if it happens like with every single subject. You begin to feel exhausted at just reading all the stuff, you know. With that in mind, why don't we stop it there? This is audap. You've been watching Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch Remastered on Steam. not Nintendo Switch. Although there is a Switch version of this remastered game, which largely looks similar. It just runs at 30 frames instead of 60. But you can get this on PlayStation 4. I don't know about Xbox. I'm sure you can get it on Switch and PlayStation 4. But I'm playing the Steam one since it was on sale. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.